guess I don't know. It's funny because I think back in the '80s, pink was one of the colors. It was one of the preppy colors. It was, right?
Totally.
Yeah,
Think
yeah,
Miami Vice.
yeah. It was. I just didn't subscribe to it. I loved neon and all that stuff, and I wore. Do you remember? Oh my God! Do you remember the clothes that would change colors with your body temperature?
Yes. I didn't have any, but I did. Wasn't that when we were in junior high or high
Yes.
school? I think it was
Yeah.
junior high because like, there was some girls that would wear them, and depending on how they turned or the sun, it was different colors.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean the '80s.
Did you have any of those?
Oh yeah, I did. Of course I did.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Of course I did.
Of
Um,
course.
well, it's funny because I just learned my favorite teacher passed away. I didn't know this.
Oh,
I want to shout out to
sorry.
Miss Susan McCullough. I hear things over there. Because I posted a picture. I found a picture of us in 1983 at one of the
Oh.
award, and I'm part of this. My old school has a Facebook page, like many schools do. And I posted there, and they're like, "Oh, James, we got to tell you something." I'm like, what? What? Like she's not with us anymore. I'm like, what? I love Miss McCullough. So shout out to Miss McCullough. She was great. But I think about '80s fashion. It's like what I was wearing was crazy. And everybody goes, but James, it wasn't crazy back then. I was like, I know it wasn't.
Right.
I was I'm like,
And I think that's what, because the 80s are known for a lot of bad fashion, right? Bad hair, bad fashion, all that.
yes,
But like if you think about us in that time, we were like the coolest people on the face of the earth.
oh
And
yeah,
that's what people like, they could look back at us in the 80s and laugh at us. But at the time, that was the trends. That was the fashion. So I think it's funny when people like, oh God, the hair, the this, and that. I'm like, yeah, but I get it looking back on it. But in the moment, we were cool.
now we signed two old people. We were cool and hip back then. What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Um, but no, I know what you mean. Well, it's funny. Well, especially for us in Southern California back then, LA was the desired place for fashion as entertainment. They always showed the Valley Girls, which you're one of them. And you're like, hi,
Oh my
Valley Girl.
God.
Like totally. Like I gave you the spoon. I used to go to the Galleria all the time. I did.
Mhm.
But no, but because of the Valley Girl kind of movement, the preppy movement, because we had,
Yes.
all that kind of came from California. So I know that for a lot of fashion with the flipped up collars and all that stuff,
Yes.
we all did. I did. I mean, Hang Ten, all the surf wear, and the summer. Like
Yeah.
we covered every season.
We
We
did not discriminate. We were open to all areas of fashion. Although I did discriminate once. I remember having a classmate who had a crush on me, but he was a preppy. And he flipped his collar up and his hair was always slicked back and he was kind of walked like a lizard, like a slithering lizard. And it's like, and we had a class together and we sat next to each other. And I remember saying, no, you're just too preppy for me.
Isn't that funny? We had those clicks. Oh my god, it's so funny. And
I remember his face and everything. He was a nice kid, but he was a preppy and
oh,
mm-mm,
Melissa didn't like the
mm-mm.
preppies apparently. Well, who did Melissa like back then? What
Oh
group?
God, I was a rock and roll kind of gal,
Okay.
but I dressed in Guess jeans and I wore 3-inch heels to school. And it was like, I was a little fat in my mind, James. I was a fashionista, but I like the rock and roll guys.
How
Long
funny is
hair.
that? That
Yeah.
is some
Leather
of the
jacket.
bad boys. Okay. Well, okay.
Yes.
Now we're
Yeah. No, I've outgrown that stage completely,
well,
obviously,
yeah,
because Les is like the nicest guy on the face of the
he is.
earth,
He is. He is.
not a rock and roller.
No, he's not. Not at all. No, he is one very nice dude. Wait, and your twin sister, what was she into?
Same.
You guys are the same. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that there was that whole. In my school, I was called a group hopper, because I would go with the stoners
Right.
once in a while, but then I was with the preppy folks every once in a while. That was with the nerds every once in a
Yeah.
while. That was with the sports jocks. I knew a little bit of everybody, which
Hmm.
actually like my sister goes. That's so you today. Like you were always like that, Jay. Like I knew theater folks. I wasn't in like I had like actually siblings and people. I had people in those groups. I wasn't in
Right.
those groups, but I knew each of those groups And depending on
Yeah.
how I felt, I would so I would skip school to stoner sometimes, and I would go do this or that, or I play sports. I was one of those, I just went around her. So she's like, that's so you today, James. Like that's why everybody, because you were yeah, that's why you like everybody. So I guess I was always with everybody. And the rockers and all that stuff, the hair people. I did all that.
Hmm. Hmm. I
Chola.
would say, I think the nice thing about school is that you know, you have 5 or 6 periods depending where you are, right, in your life cycle. Um, and you got to know a lot of people because you were in class together. And I'm like you, like I had cliques around that were different, but my core group was like the stoners, the rock and rollers, the leather jackets, you know, all that stuff. But I could hang out with the preppies and the
Yeah,
sports jocks and all of that and be very comfortable.
yeah,
So you and I have that similar
we
like
do.
personality, you
I think,
know?
well, I think you and I both, we are smart people. I mean, the people may not look at us and say we're smart. We're smart. We're pretty, but we're smart too. No, I think you and I both are really smart people, but we also are very personal people. I mean, I think that's I don't walk you and I both don't walk around going, I have these degrees. Well, I do list all my degrees, but anyway, I have all these degrees, blah blah. We don't really do that very much. We're very much like we meet people, we meet people on their level. Like I feel like you and I, that's how we always like, oh, you're hi, nice to meet you. Let's just start talking or whatever, and then stuff comes out. And you go, oh, well, she's smart. Okay, got it. Or she's really
Yeah.
funny. Got it. But we don't, you know, I don't walk around with
Right. There's
sticks
no
in my face.
pretense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We like
No.
everybody. We're just like
We
that's like
do.
I do.
We
Yeah.
do until they give us reason not to.
Oh, that's very true. Very true.
But I think we also give people chances.
Yes, I do.
You know, because there are some people who are harsh out there in the world. And like, if you do something they don't like, you're done. Like, and I always thought to myself, how could you be that harsh? Like, give somebody a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not always on our A game.
No, no, no,
So,
no.
like, you know, come on. I think we give people chances. And then it's like, okay, if you're habitually a certain way, then we'll just gracefully, quietly, it's not this big dramatic thing, right? We just move away quietly.
Yes. Oh my God, so funny you said it. I just told somebody this weekend, I go, I'm very easy breezy cover girl. If I know
Yeah.
the rules, so to speak. I you like that. I am just, I mean, I'm just like, if I know the rules, so to speak, I can follow them. But if you
Right.
change the rules on me and don't tell me, or if you act a certain way after a while, you're right. I'm not making a big declaration. I'm just kind of like, I got it now. Let me go over here. You know,
Right.
like, see you later. Like, that's it. Oh, for folks at home who don't see us, I'm sliding off the screen. Like,
Right.
left. That's it. Like I'll call less. I'll hang out
Right.
less. I don't really do the
Yeah.
big like I hate you, bitch. And I'll do all that.
Right.
It's kind of like now I get who you are, kind of, or how you are. It's just or I won't go to lunch with you as much, or I won't go shop. I guess there's certain things I'll find if I find out something that's a pattern. You're like, yeah, that person.
Yeah.
Don't go drinking with them. They're not fun.
Right.
Like that. You know, that
Right. If I'm always holding your hair, I'm not going out drinking with you.
oh, or when they was, oh my god, I had a friend
Or they're sloppy drunks and they're really loud and mean.
that or the ones that you go to dance for and they're hanging all over you and you're trying to dance, they're trying to dance on you. I'm like, oh my god. I like that. I don't like that at all.
Yes.
Yeah. So but back to 80s fat. I just think about that just that this it all relates to my pink. And I'm trying to I did like I like Southern California in the 80s. I did. I like being here. I in the 70s too. I'm glad I grew up out here. I had a chance to travel frequently to see family on holiday and see other places. I'm glad I lived in Southern California in that time period. That time period, the way I grew up, I mean, yeah, there's some issues with parenting and stuff, but the general way I grew
Well,
up,
James, whatever do you mean?
you know, we love you, Benita, and your mom, right? We love you guys very much. No, but no, but I liked that I lived near a beach. I liked that I grew up. I was able to go skateboarding and skating and
Yeah.
be outside. The weather wasn't horrible all the time. And and I don't know, it probably wasn't safe, but it seems safer. I don't know. Like, I mean, we're outside
Well,
till 6 in the evening, and I just
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we had we had our crime, nothing like today, right? There were no mass shootings and theaters and schools
oh
and um going on. I think kids were still I think when I was in high school, kids started bringing knives to school,
Oh,
but
yeah,
not
okay, yeah,
guns to
yeah,
school.
yeah.
So we were like a couple generations behind the chaos that exists today.
I agree.
And fights were fights.
Yes.
No parent sued the other family if their kid got into a fight at school, and
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So I think that those days were good because we were more free. I do remember walking to school though and having to watch out for the creepers in vans.
Oh, no, that
That
no, I remember that too.
that was
Yeah,
definitely a thing.
that was a thing. Yes, so I agree with that.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that also. That was because I met here's what's funny, okay, in the, well, we were, late '90s, right before I met you, the late '90s, my friend Michelle and I would come down to LA, and we go and one of our first places was always Venice, Santa Monica. We felt like, just the beaches in San Francisco are not beaches. Sorry, kids. No,
Yes.
they're not beaches. They're not warm or anything. These are ones that we're like, we're in LA. Oh my god! So we you come here to this house, drop all our stuff off. If it was daytime, the beach is just right there for us. So we just go. And I remember, oh my god, listen, I don't know how, oh my god, it's so funny. Yeah, I haven't thought this in like 30 years. So my friend Michelle, my friend Shauna, um, her daughter Brianna, and myself. We're running the streets. I waffle ice cream cone like I used to as a kid, eating that as we're walking down the main boardwalk there. And a guy goes, "I'm selling jeans." And I go, "Okay." So they sell stuff along the boardwalk, all along that whole thing, the strip. To try on the jeans, you had to go into a white van with no windows.
Ew.
And I'm thinking, and we're in our 20s. I mean, and the girls did it. I mean, I was outside, they're trying to, and I'm looking, because I remember as a kid, that was the whole thing. Don't go into these rape vans or whatever. And you just said just now, I'm thinking, oh my god, we used to be. They went in to try on the jeans, and the guy did look a little weird about it, but he did. I was there. I mean, we're going to work, but it's kind of funny. Like we did that in our 20s, things you do in your 20s, and we survived. Obviously, we're all still here, and they bought some jeans. But it's like, but I'm like, yeah, as a kid, we are told not to go into the van, and this one that just now that we did that, we went into the van. I mean, just like it's dumb stuff that young people do. And
On that note,
yes,
so are you looking forward to the Easter
and I
holiday?
was like, let's get off the van and stuff. I have nothing planned. So I mean, it's another day for me. I have my Easter tree. It was already set up. Uh,
No, how
and so I
cute.
posted pictures online. I'll send you a picture. It's really cute on my because I'm cleaning up my house. I got to move this out the way, but the tree is all decorated. It's really nice in Easter. Um, I don't eat really anything. There's no Easter thing that I like to eat. I don't eat hams like that. I miss lamb because of my I had I was with a Greek for 14 years, so I miss the Mr. Nick Paris. I miss the Greek Easters they always had, the Orthodox Easter. So I miss the lamb, the little egg thing, and all that stuff. I miss that. But other than that, we never had any traditions for us. I mean, I have no. My grandkids are grown. Ones that are grown, I used to always go do stuff with them in Sacramento, and then the two younger ones are so young
Yeah.
they're not there yet. So it's kind of like there's no in between, and so I don't really have nothing. I'm just gonna relax. It's gonna be on Sunday. I'm gonna relax. I have a conference next week, starting on next Wednesday. So I'm gonna
Oh, fun.
relax. Like, I'm relaxed. I'm just gonna relax those couple that day that weekend. What are you in lesson? You gonna do anything with the family or?
Well, we do. We host Easter dinner. We're not
Oh,
like religious, fundamentally religious. We have our belief systems and faith and all of that just to let people know spiritually we're connected, but we don't practice any certain religion. However, it is still a great reason to gather family,
yeah, no, it
which
is.
is getting harder and harder to do
Yeah.
these days because everybody is just so busy. And so we'll collect some family. I think because it's going to be raining, and we're going to smoke a couple tri-tips.
Mm,
Uh, but I think I'm going to try a ribeye roast.
that all sounds good. Oh,
So
me.
I don't know what that's going to look like. But mom is coming into town on Thursday,
Hey,
so
mom.
that'll be fun. And yeah, so that's it though. It's
I
very
heard it's
packed.
supposed to rain. So is it really supposed? I'm getting all these warm.
Saturday it's going to rain very heavy, apparently. They're like warning a storm is coming.
No, I keep seeing that. And I
We
can
have a
tell.
lot of rain, James. which is
We had
good.
we had rain a
Right.
few days. Over last week, over the weekend, we had rain Saturday. All of a sudden,
Yes.
it got dark, and all of a sudden, it started raining.
I was in Porter Ranch and I was outside and the thunderclap hit. And I love thunderstorms. I always have. But being outdoors when the thunder starts, you get a little nervous,
Ah,
uncomfortable.
yes.
So I got it back into my car and left.
It says 70% rain on Saturday and 60% on Sunday. That's enough. That's a
Yeah.
chunkster. And then sunny all next week.
Yes. Which we love. We need the rain. It blows in and then it goes away. And then we have our beautiful sunshine back.
Yes. Somebody just sent me a thing. We got lots of people from me, man. Once for once on how organized that was. I don't understand what they're saying to me, but okay. Sorry, someone sent me a text. I don't understand what it means. All righty, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know. It's nothing bad. It's like I don't know what it's a sentence. I don't know what it means.
You know who it is.
I know who it is.
Okay, good.
I read it. I know who it is. This time I know who it is. I read it twice. So I'm like, I don't know what the question or answer or statement is. It's like it must be missing. Maybe it's like a dangling participle. I don't know. So it's like I don't know what's going on. It's like something's missing in the sentence. So they'll get back to me. I guess. I understand. It's just so weird. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Back to Easter and the weekend. Yeah, it's tough because I lost some people in my family over the last few years. So it's like there are times when we get together for certain ones. Like our next big one will be Mother's Day, obviously, for my mom.
Sure.
We're gonna all get together. We're already planning. My birthday / Mother's Day because it's the same weekend as always. We get separate days. My birthday falls on a Friday, and I'm turning 55. So everybody's like, it's a big deal, James. It's a milestone birthday. And blah, 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 blah. So
We
I'm
used
like,
to be seniors, 55.
well, we're still on. I got AP.
Back in the day, 55 was the number. Now 65 has dominated.
Yeah, but I still get the menus say 55 plus. I'm getting that 55 plus menu. They still got that in the menus. I was at IHOP with my mom yesterday. I'm like, we gonna go get that. I'm going that menu. They have some better stuff in that menu. So,
We're gonna get carded for a few years.
yes, yes, I love it. I love it. I busted up my ARP card. Was like, I want my discount. Thank you. I'm
So now
excited.
you usually like to get out of town for your birthday. Are you
I
planning
know.
it?
But I want to run screaming is what I want to do. But I don't know. This year, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's this year's going so fast. It's already basically April as we're about to do this.
I know. It's
I mean, like
crazy.
that's what piece of hair wants to do something.
James is working on his hair for our listeners out
Yes.
there.
No, like, it's just one piece. Just want to lay down. There we go.
There's what I hate that one piece. I
You know
get
how it
like the
is.
little stick ups,
You know
and
how it
I'm
is.
spraying and flattening, and it just keeps.
Yeah, it's that what is yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is.
I do.
I know you do. And today's hair is brought to you by Mix Chicks. Mix
Oh,
Chicks Curl.
pretty. It's very pretty and shiny.
It is, thank you. Your hair is beautiful as usual. But
Thank
no,
you.
I don't know. I don't know. I had all these different ideas. I don't know. I don't know. There's options. I just don't know what I want to do. But I think this year I'm not going out of town for my birthday this year.
Okay.
I think after
Yeah.
last year's debacle with the hotel
Oh,
on my
I
birthday,
remember.
yeah, so I said no, we're not gonna. I think we're not gonna do it. But I do want to go out of town again. That whole San Diego thing I did a couple months in February was just so wonderful. So I'm thinking if I just do it as an off weekend, just like I'm taking a weekend somewhere and plan it very close to the time and just like then just go. I'm
Mhm.
thinking I have a couple of I have an airline credit, I have a train credit, I have a bus credit. I have all these credits. So I'm like, I think I could do it actually cheaply. I mean, if I want, just pick depending on where I want to go.
Mhm.
So I don't really. Well, I don't mind American Airlines that much. They're okay, I guess. There's certain airlines I don't like United,
Well, I
United.
refuse to fly one airline, which I will not name.
I'm gonna name mine. I'm shady. United. I'm shady. They've done me and my people I know wrong so many times, and
Yeah.
I'm over them. So my friend works for it. I know Mark, you work for or a flight attendant or whatever. But other than that, they've never done me correctly. But America's not bad. I forgot America's not bad. Delta's not bad.
Yeah.
America's not bad. Like, but see, she won't tell. I'll tell folks. I don't care. Come
But
on.
we are united in our experiences.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Reagan. Good girl. Good girl. I got it. You guys got that
Let's
right.
have a sip of coffee on that.
Yeah, it's like also, which was tea. Look at that.
Mhm.
Yes. But
So
anyway,
fun fact, folks, really quick, James. So when James and I were talking about doing the podcast together, we were talking about names and kind of the format and what we wanted it to look like. And James said something like, "Oh, spill the tea." And I said, "Wait, what is that?" I
that's what you
had never
didn't know.
heard the
That's what you
term
didn't
before.
know. That's oh my god, that's right.
Never heard the term before. Now it's everywhere.
Of course. It was
And
everywhere
it's like,
before.
well, let's like the, but now it's like, well, let's spill or we spilled or the,
Yes.
oh, let's have some tea. And now I totally get it. So, but before James and I were talking podcast, I had no
I
idea.
forgot you that's like you didn't know what it was. I'm like,
Yes.
so you're pretty dialed in. Like you know that like that means
I swear, James, I was like, wait, what does that mean?
I'm like,
Are we
you have
literally
game for it.
spilling tea? Like what's happening? Is it a
Like,
thing?
like they now. It's like because Tony Moore, our buddy, who's guest on the show,
Oh, Tony.
he's the one who's always like saying, "I got some tea for you, James." I'm like, "Okay,
Exactly.
some
Yeah.
tea." So I was like, so I told, I said, but so we decided we do this podcast. It'll be coffee and conversation. Come for the coffee, stay for the tea. That was always that's kind of my little side thing.
That's right. Come for the coffee, stay for the tea. Now I'm so done. But it's like in all of the genres. So when you have like a TV series and
Yes.
with young folks in it, they're all tea this, tea that. And I'm like, I know what you mean. James enlightened
I
me.
enlighten you now. You know a tea. I brought you into the 21st century. You know
Thank you,
what tea
James.
is. You're welcome to the tea. It's a funny saying. Like I had to learn from our other guy, Flobo, our other buddy, friend of the show, Flobo,
Lobo.
what sus means. So all the kids are saying sus,
Sus?
sus, S-U-S. That's
Sus.
sus. He's being sus, means suspicious.
Oh.
So
I
I'm
thought
teaching him
sassy.
that's sass.
So it'd be sass.
Sass, but sus. So now you know that one. You're gonna hear it.
Suspect.
Now you're gonna hear it now because I didn't know it either until now I hear it. I've been hearing it everywhere I go. Flo, what does sus mean? And he told me. So I keep younger people around. They teach me stuff.
Right, right. So I'll learn through you while you're learning through your
My younger friends and kids and everybody. Yeah, exactly. So what's going on? But sus. That was like sus. I'm like so it's short for suspicious. They're being a little shady. I always say shady.
Yeah,
That's still.
shady. Why not say shady?
Well, I say both. I say shady myself because being gay, we say shady. We say shady in the gay world all the time. She being shady. Shade, 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 shade. I always say it's cooler in the shade. I say that's always cooler in the shade. It is, mostly in certain parts of Los Angeles. It is. And luckily, it's not that warm yet here. We haven't got there yet. And you haven't either because you're out in the valley. But yeah. So anyway, so I don't know. I got plenty of free ticket things here and there. I can get hotels and stuff. That's not a big deal either. But I'm just thinking, I might just do another one of those impromptu, like on a Wednesday. Go, I'm gonna leave Friday and go somewhere,
Nice.
and go for a weekend, and then just and do it really quick and not think about it too hard, and just like I feel like those are my successful trips. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I plan very heavily. Something goes wrong. I'm like, oh, I can do not do that anymore. Like that's good. Even though I do want to plan a cruise. So Flo and I want to do a cruise. Flo was never going to cruise before, so I'm trying to find.
Oh, love cruising.
I me too. So I'm thinking, so I'm thinking we'll do one for either in the winter time. I said that's the best. I'll go to the Caribbean during the winter time. It's like that. That's the best time to go. There's no hurricanes or anything, and we start planning it now. We just pay a little bit
Right.
as you go along. And so I got to look at some. I'm part of Royal Caribbean and Carnival, so I'm looking at both of those. And see that's
I've not, we're princess cruisers,
oh,
so I've not done the Royal or the Carnival. So we're not big fans of like a lot of kids on the ship.
well,
So we try and go, now there are on Princess families, but it's not like a Disney cruise or a Carnival cruise where everything is geared towards kid fun, which is, AKA childcare for the adults. So they can really like, hit their drink package hard on the cruise.
basically that's what it is, folks. Basically, yeah. You're not wrong because I know because Carnival is the party cruise line, and there are a lot of kids. And I remember I've gone times where I thought no kids will be on here, and there were kids on it. I mean, it's like just weird. Like, so your kids out of school? Like, what's going on? I mean, it's crazy. You usually know like spring break times when they are, Obviously the summer, mostly the
Yeah.
summer, winter break. But there's other times like you can go, you're like, there should be no kids on here. There are kids on there. But I just see less kids on the Royal Caribbean cruises I've done. I've seen less
Yeah.
there. But you're right, Disney cruise, they're very geared toward the whole family come, which is smart. I find I have because they have the adult sections. There are no kids on
Yeah.
those, so they're usually way high up somewhere. I kind of like them actually. And I go find them. And I get a little lounge chair. I can see everything going on down there.
Yeah.
Watching the tea.
Yeah.
Like I said, watching the people get drunker and drunker. And that's I just stay up way up high. So so just a disclaimer, not disclaimer. Side note. That's for a side note. Some of those cruise ships lines do have areas that are just adult only, and I don't mean like adults. I mean like still G-rated adult. There's some areas that are just like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just it's
Yeah.
just children, they're children free zones, or quiet zones. You have some that are quiet zones.
Yeah.
So just look on your ship and see when you look at the ship. Usually you look at the ships to book your room. Look at everything. I would say look at everything to see what's going on in the ship. But I was like telling Flobo, I said, well, see, I gotta get him to do like a small cruise first, see if he likes me on a boat.
True.
I'm gonna try to see. I would try. Last year we almost did the 3-dayer to Ensenada
Yeah.
together. I went on my own. He couldn't. At last minute, he couldn't go. He had to work. I was like, go to work. But at some point, I think we're gonna try. I'm gonna say, okay, we're gonna try a small one to see if you like being on a boat.
Yeah.
And one of those nights you're at sea, so you're at sea the whole day. So I want to see can you handle that?
Right.
Most cruises have at least 1 day or 2 days you're at sea. The rest of
Sure. Of course.
so we'll
Yeah.
see if he likes it. So he's not sure.
Yeah.
So we're gonna slowly ease him into the world of cruising. And so you understand, it's everything's there. It's just it's whatever you want to do. It's like it's there. It's there. I mean, it's there. The food, drinks, the movies, the everything. It's the
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
It's all inclusive. It's like then you go to some place you've never been before and you hang out for a day and I love it.
I do too. I
You
love
meet
it.
you meet people and
Hmm.
they have shows, they have gambling, they have stores. I mean, there's one place I got to know the girl who she did actual coffees. And so I said, I want some real coffee. And so every morning I go to her and we were yucking up and have a good old time. I actually have that put away, I guess. I got a little one of the coffee cups and stuff from them. But it was a lot of fun. We got to know each other, yucked it up, and it was good. So I just love it. So anyway, that's just. But I think I am VIP status now on Carnival. I've been moving up little by little each cruise.
Yeah. The perks keep getting bigger and bigger.
They do. They give you online money credit. They give you all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually it's one. They encourage you. They want you to come back. Once you do it,
They do.
don't you?
And we want that because I'm sorry, my computers are flashing at me right now.
Oh,
It's the 9. It must be the 9 o'clock witching hour.
yes, we will. Yes, it's getting there. So we're about to end on this show. But anyway, go yes, as you're gonna say before you end it, close out.
So yeah, I mean, Flobo, go on a cruise, buddy. You'll
Yes,
love it.
yeah, I think you'll like it, folks. So this is Coffee and Conversation, and I am James.
Hi, Melissa.
This is Conversation 74.
What?
We're getting there. We're gonna be at 100 in no time. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You can follow us on all of the audio platforms except for Google, because Google now, I guess, is dropping their whole audio stuff. Don't know what that's about. I have no idea. But it's still on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, all those other ones. We're there. Amazon, we're on there too. If you want to listen to us, and YouTube, JLJ Media. Happy Easter, all of you. Well, Easter would have happened already, but if you just anyway, happy Easter, all of you. See you next time.
Bye.